Las Vegas, March 2009. Tuesday afternoon. Top-ranked boxing offices on West Flamingo Road. A negotiation meeting that should have been straightforward. Two champions, one potential superfight, millions of dollars on the table. But what happened in that conference room didn't make headlines. No cameras captured it, no reporters wrote about it. Just 6 people witnessed the moment Floyd Mayweather's smile disappeared. The meeting is scheduled for 2 o'clock. Bob Arum's conference room. Large space. Windows overlooking the Vegas Strip. Long table. Leather chairs. Water bottles. Notepads. The kind of room where boxing's biggest deals get made or fall apart. Floyd arrives at 1:55. Early. Deliberate. He doesn't like waiting for anyone. Wears a custom suit. Charcoal gray. Diamond watch. Gold chain visible under his collar. His team follows him. Manager. Lawyer. Publicist. They take seats on one side of the table. Floyd sits at the head. His position. His space. Manny arrives at exactly 2. On time. Not early. Not late. Simple black suit. White shirt. No flashy jewelry. Just a modest watch. Freddie Roach walks beside him. Bob Arum greets them. They take seats opposite Floyd's team. Manny sits directly across from Floyd. This is the first time they've been in the same room for business. They've seen each other at events. Nodded. Brief professional acknowledgement, but never sat down face to face to discuss fighting each other. The atmosphere is polite, professional, but everyone in the room understands what's at stake. This fight could be the biggest in boxing history, or it could fall apart before it starts. Bob Arum opens the meeting. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. We're here to discuss what could be the most significant fight in modern boxing. Floyd, Manny, 2 pound-for-pound kings. Let's see if we can make this happen. Floyd leans back in his chair. Comfortable, confident. He looks across the table at Manny. Really looks. Studies him. Manny is small, compact, maybe 5'5", maybe 145 walking around weight. Floyd is 5'8", walks around at 150. Not a huge difference on paper. But in the room, Floyd looks bigger, taller, more physically imposing. Floyd smiles. Not hostile, just amused, confident. The smile of someone who knows he has advantages. So this is the Pac-Man everyone's talking about. His voice is casual, almost friendly, but there's an edge underneath. Testing, probing. Manny nods once, says nothing. His face is calm, neutral. He's used to this, used to people underestimating him based on size, used to the assumptions, used to proving them wrong. Floyd continues, I've seen your fights. You're fast, good power for your size. But we're talking about a different level now. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather. 41-0, never lost, never even been hurt, and I've fought bigger guys than you. Stronger guys, guys with more reach. His tone isn't aggressive, it's matter of fact, stating reality as he sees it. You understand what you're asking for here? You're asking to fight the best defensive fighter in history. The best boxer of this generation. Maybe any generation. Manny still says nothing. Just listens. His expression hasn't changed. Floyd's smile widens slightly. He's enjoying this. The contrast. The dynamic. Big name versus small frame. Bob Arum tries to redirect. Floyd, let's talk about the split. The purse division. We're thinking. Floyd raises his hand. Stops him. Hold on. Before we talk money, I want to understand something. He looks directly at Manny. Do you really think you can beat me? The question hangs in the air. Everyone in the room goes still. This isn't about negotiation anymore. This is personal, direct, fighter to fighter. Manny meets Floyd's eyes. Doesn't look away. Doesn't blink. Speaks for the first time since sitting down. His English is clear. Accent present but understandable. I don't think. I know. Floyd's smile doesn't fade, but something flickers behind his eyes. Surprise. Maybe respect. Maybe something else. You know? That's confidence. I like that. But confidence and reality are different things. Manny continues. His voice is quiet, calm, no emotion, just fact. You look at my size and think it's a weakness. Everyone does. They see 5'5", 147 on fight night. They think small means weak. Small means limited. Small means disadvantage. Floyd nods. Because it is. Physics is physics. Reach is reach. Size matters in boxing. Always has. Always will. Does it? Manny asks. The question is simple. Genuine. Not challenging. Just curious. Floyd shifts slightly in his chair. What kind of question is that? Of course it does. That's why we have weight classes. That's why heavyweights don't fight welterweights. Manny nods slowly. You're right. Size matters. Reach matters. Physical advantages matter. But they matter less than you think. Floyd's smile is still there. But it's different now. Less amused. More focused. How do you figure? Because I've spent my entire career making size irrelevant. Manny's voice is still quiet. Still calm. I started at 106 pounds. Flyweight. Now I'm fighting at welterweight. 41 pounds heavier than when I started. You know how many people told me I was too small for each division? Every single one. He pauses. Flyweight. Too small for junior featherweight. Junior featherweight. Too small for featherweight. Featherweight. Too small for lightweight. Every step, people said the same thing. You're too small. You don't have the frame. You'll get hurt. You can't carry your power up. You'll lose. Every time, I prove them wrong. Floyd listens. His smile is fading now. Slowly, like color draining from fabric. Manny continues. You're taller than me. Longer reach. Bigger frame. I know this. I see it. But you think this is the first time someone had these advantages against me? You think you're the first fighter who looked at me and thought size would win? Floyd says nothing. Just watches. Oscar de la Hoya is bigger than you. Miguel Cotto is bigger than you. Antonio Margarito is much bigger than you. David Diaz. Ricky Hatton. Every single one of them thought their size mattered. Thought their reach would keep me outside. Thought their power would be too much. Where are they now? The room is completely silent. Floyd's smile is gone now. Completely. His face is serious. Focused. The playful confidence from 5 minutes ago has evaporated. Manny leans forward slightly. You asked if I really think I can beat you. I said I know I can. You want to know why? Because you're making the same mistake everyone makes. You're looking at what I don't have. You're not looking at what I do have. What do you have? Floyd's voice is different now. No amusement. No casual confidence. Just direct question. Speed you've never seen. Angles you've never defended. Power from directions you're not prepared for. And timing. Perfect timing. You're the best defensive fighter in the world. I respect that. Your shoulder roll is brilliant. Your footwork is excellent. Your ring IQ is exceptional. But your defense is built on reading orthodox patterns. Predictable setups. Fighters who think like boxers. Manny pauses. I don't think like a boxer. I think like someone who's been proving people wrong about size my entire life. Your defense works because opponents respect your counterpunching. They hesitate. They wait. They try to outbox you. I won't do that. I'll pressure. I'll attack from angles. I'll make you defend yourself in ways you're not used to defending. Floyd's jaw tightens. His hands, which were relaxed on the table, are now clasped together. Tighter. You're 41-0, Manny continues. Undefeated. Never lost. That's real. That's earned. But you've never fought someone like me. You've fought good fighters. Great fighters. Technical fighters. Strong fighters. But you've never fought someone who spent 20 years making size and reach irrelevant. Who built their entire career on proving that advantages on paper don't matter in the ring. Floyd leans forward now. Both men are leaning forward. No longer relaxed. No longer casual. You think you're that different? I know I am. You smile at my size. You see 5'5" and think advantage. I see 5'5" and think opportunity. Because every time someone smiled at my size, they stopped smiling when the bell rang. Every single time. Freddie watches from the side. Says nothing. But his eyes are focused. He's seen Manny do this before. Not often. Manny usually doesn't talk, doesn't explain, doesn't need to prove himself with words. But when he does speak, when he chooses to articulate what he knows, it's devastating. Because it's not trash talk. It's not bravado. It's just truth delivered calmly. Floyd sits back. His expression is different now. The confidence is still there. The belief in himself hasn't changed. But the dismissiveness is gone. The casual amusement has disappeared. He's looking at Manny differently now. Not as a small fighter to be handled. As a problem to be solved. You make a good case, Floyd says finally. But talking in a conference room is different than fighting in a ring. We can both sound good here. The ring is where truth happens. I agree, Manny says. So let's make the fight happen. Let's see who's right. Floyd nods slowly. Let's talk about terms. Bob Arum tries to restart the negotiation. Purse split, drug testing, weight, gloves, all the details that make or break super fights. But something has shifted in the room. Floyd is engaged now, not dismissive, not casual, serious, focused. The dynamic is different. The meeting continues for another hour. No deal is reached that day. Drug testing becomes the sticking point. Floyd's team wants Olympic-style random blood testing. Manny's team resists. The specific protocols, the timing, the negotiations will eventually fall apart. The fight won't happen for 6 more years. By then, both fighters will be past their primes. But everyone in that room remembers the moment. The moment Floyd's smile disappeared. The moment he stopped looking at Manny as a smaller opponent and started seeing him as an actual threat. After the meeting, in the elevator going down, Floyd's manager asks him a question. What did you think of Pacquiao? Floyd is quiet for a moment. He's not what I expected. How so? I expected a fighter. He's something different. He's a fighter who understands something most people don't. What's that? That being underestimated is an advantage. That people making assumptions about your limitations is a weapon. He's been using that weapon his entire career. And I almost made the same mistake everyone else made. Floyd walks to his car. Drives back to his gym. Changes. Gets on the treadmill. Starts running. His trainer asks if he wants to discuss the meeting. Floyd says no. Just keeps running. Processing. Thinking. That evening, Floyd calls his father. Floyd Mayweather Sr., the man who taught him to box. Who built his defense. Who knows the sport deeper than anyone. Pops, I met with Pacquiao today. How'd it go? Different than I thought. He's not just fast. He's smart. Really smart. Understands the game at a level most fighters don't. Floyd Sr. is quiet. Then, you thought he'd be easy? I thought I had advantages. Size, reach, experience at this level. You do have those advantages. He told me those advantages don't matter. Said he's spent his career making them irrelevant. Said he's done it at every weight class. And you know what? He's right. I watched his fights again tonight. Really watched. He doesn't fight like someone his size should fight. He fights like someone who learned to beat bigger, stronger, longer fighters every single time. Floyd Sr. says, so what are you going to do? I'm going to prepare like I've never prepared before. Because if this fight happens, it's not going to be what I thought it was. It's going to be harder. The fight would eventually happen in 2015. 6 years later, Floyd would win by decision. Controlled, calculated, vintage Mayweather, but it would be a harder fight than Floyd expected. Closer than many thought it would be. And in the ring, after the decision was announced, Floyd would say something to Manny that reporters didn't catch. You were right. Size didn't matter. You're faster than anyone I fought. You made it hard. Years later, when Floyd is asked about his toughest opponents, he mentions several names. Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez, and Manny Pacquiao. Not because Manny beat him, but because Manny made him work harder than almost anyone else. Made him defend himself in ways he wasn't used to. Made him respect something he initially smiled at. That's the lesson from that March afternoon in 2009. Floyd Mayweather walked into a conference room smiling at Manny Pacquiao's size. Walked out understanding that the small man across the table had spent 20 years turning size into irrelevance. Understanding that the smile was a mistake. Understanding that assumptions about physical advantages are comfortable until you meet someone who built their entire career destroying those assumptions. Floyd stopped smiling mid-conversation. Not because Manny threatened him. Not because Manny trash-talked him. Because Manny explained, calmly and clearly, why everything Floyd assumed was wrong. And sometimes, the truth delivered without emotion is more powerful than any threat.